Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are making a retirement card for somebody that my boyfriend works with. Now, I'm using this Benacrate. I don't know how to say that. Whatever. 3-piece summer set. I will have it down in my Amazon storefront, which is always linked down below in the description box. And it comes with a bunch of dies, and it was $8.99. So I am also using then this Happy Retirement stamp. Okay, and this is from Temu. It says Happy Retirement, do more of what makes you happy. It's a bunch of different sentiments in there. We're using plain cardstock, plain white cardstock, and we are going to do a fun fold card. And I'm hoping my plan works out of what I want to do. So first of all, we need to cut this to 5.5 like we normally would. So this is our card base. Then we need another piece, and I'm going to do it at 2 inches for now. 2 inch for now, okay? We'll see if that changes. All right, and this fun fold card is a Z fold. It's a double Z fold card. Okay, so then we need to score. Oh, well, I don't know where my other scoring. I don't see my other scoring tool, so we're just going to use this Cricut score. So you're scoring at 4 1/4 like you normally do. Okay, and then we're going to score at 2 1/8, right? 2 1/8 and 2 1/8 makes 4 1/4, so 2 1/8. We're going to take this here, also score at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Put that away because we don't need it anymore. Let's burnish our score lines. Burnish, burnish, burnish. Okay. Burnish, burnish, burnish. We're also doing some paper piecing with these it goes, always forget how it goes. It goes this way. So Z, Z, and you glue them like this. Okay? But we're not doing that right now. Right now, we are going to work on piecing our stuff together. So I have 2 umbrellas here, but we are going to cut them apart because I want a red and white striped umbrella. So what I'm doing now is just cutting along the embossing lines because it did emboss. The die. So I'm cutting along the embossing lines. I'm going to cut this off like so. Okay, so we don't need that piece anymore. And we don't need these 2 pieces anymore. So we'll put those off to the side. And what I'm going to do is put glue here in this middle section. And I'm going to add this red piece. Okay? So if you can see, you see the embossed lines? That's what I cut on. You see them right there? It's very hard. This is shiny paper. I cut them on the embossed lines, and now I'm going to glue them back on. Just want to make sure we have the right pieces in the right spot. So that one goes there. So it also has the little ball. We're going to keep the little ball also. The little top of the, I don't know what it's called, the little top of the umbrella. I'm sure there's probably an actual name for it. If you know what it is, let me know down below. 'Cause now I want to know what the name of it is. Okay, so we have that on there. And we have to do one last side. And now we have an umbrella. An umbrella. Great. Then we also have these to work on. And once again, these I'm keeping together because it's all obviously, but I'm going to trim off. The trunk. Oh yeah, I could not for a second there think of what that was called. I'm going to cut off the trunk of the palm tree, okay? And now, if you don't want to, listen, if this is not the kind of work you want to do, and you really like to color, you could cut these out in white and color everything. But I don't want to do that. So piecing it is. And I did use 2 different shades of green. I mean, do I know if palm trees come in 2 different shades of green? No, but this one is. So we have those, and then we have these palm trees over here that have these. So I have this one here, it's cut that off. Okay. And carefully put it in its spot. All right, see, then we have that one. You probably couldn't see it because there were things there, but we have that one, and now we need to cut off. This one's a little bit more complicated, so we have to trim off a bunch more. Because there's some right here, there's trunk in between these leaves, and I think, nope, right here, I almost didn't see it. Right here is also some tree trunk. Are they called trunks on a palm tree? Are they called something else? You let me know. See, look at that. Look how good that looks. All right, so we're gonna put glue on the palm fronds. That's what they're called, right? Palm fronds? I live in Pennsylvania. We don't have palm trees. Okay, uh-oh, something's under there. Get out from under there. There we go. Okay, this one here didn't cut right. I'm just going to snip this little piece of brown off. There we go. You'll never be able to tell. All right, so we have that one. What else do we have here? We have a chair. We have some seagulls. I don't know why I said seagulls. We have some water, some sand. And now we just have to figure out how this is coming together. So my original plan was to have some sand, and then I'm going to cut it and glue it on the rest of this, because it'll just sit like this. So you don't need, I'm not putting anything on these sides over here. So what I want to do is trim this down. So I'm going to turn it this way so I can see. Okay. And then the other part will get glued on here. It's not going to be big enough, but you know what? I have extras here, which is fine. And then the same with one of these. We want to make sure, I'm probably going to have to trim this down. I wasn't sure about the size. So I'm going to trim this down by 1/2 inch. So now it's going to be 1 inch. It was 2 inches. So I'm going to trim it down to 1.5 inch. There's something in there. Okay, 1.5 inch. So we don't have to be very tight with our. So like I can put this one here and just put this one under here, and it won't matter where I put it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Do you understand? That's not the right one, but do you understand what I'm trying to say? I think you do. I think you're like, I get what you're trying to say. You guys are smart, you know. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with the last one, which is line it up. Okay. And I'm going to glue. Wait, hold on. Let's keep figuring it out. Let's not get hasty and glue. So these are for the other piece. These are for here. So let's just say it's going to look like this. Okay. And then we're going to put a palm tree like that. Oh, look at how cute that is already. And then we're going to put this little, we're going to actually put it down pretty far because this is a very thin. We're going to put it on like an angle. And then this chair is going to go like that. Look at how good that looks, you guys. That looks so good, right? And then this is cloud. However, I thought it would be okay to cut it so this looked like a cloud and this was still water. You picking up what I'm putting down? So we'll trim that, and then we also have this water here. Like so. So it'll do this. Like so. All right, and then we have some seagulls, which are like a subtle, well, you know, you really like, so we can actually like do like that, whatever, but they'll go up there. Okay, so this part is done. We need to cut these like so. Like that. So these stay on like so. Okay, great. Then we have these guys here, which I think I'm just gonna cut them down like so. And they'll get glued on, and then this stuff gets glued on like so, and this will get glued on in the background like so. Okay. Like that, and then this part will be taped here, and you get this, and then you know what, I'm just going to use these pieces right here. and trim them off. So they're the correct size. These are the cast-offs from cutting. Let's cut that little weird nub off. These are the cast-offs from cutting the die. Okay, and then the same goes like this, and then like that. Okay, I think we have a plan, right? So let's glue this stuff together. So first, I want to make sure this water goes in the right spot. So like so. Let me glue these down. We just want to make sure these are in the right spot. That way, I don't know what's going on in my town lately, you guys, but the amount of sirens that are going off on the daily are insane anymore. I said to my boyfriend, like, I'm pretty sure our fire department is volunteer, because it's like, I'm pretty sure it's volunteer. And if it is, then maybe with the amount that these people are being called out, we need to rethink having a volunteer fire company, because it's insanity. All right, so we wanted to put that there. This is going to be blank. Let's do that. We need to stamp Happy Retirement. Let's do that before we get any farther. We also want to make sure, let's fold this up so we can make sure these are going in the right spot. Like so. And then this palm tree I had going right here. This palm tree I had going right here. So I can put Happy Retirement right there. Great. So we can put it right up at the tippy top right there. Let's grab my Misty. Fold this back. Put this up, and it's going to go right there. That looks like a good spot for it. Okay. This is a very involved card for somebody that I have no idea who they are. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna put this aside for now. All right, so that is done. All right, I want to get this on next. That way we're not messed up here. You know what I mean? So I'm going to just glue this bottom down so we can get it in place first before I glue all of it down. I just want it to be in line with the front of the card, and then I can take this and put it underneath and finish gluing it down. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it, but this is how I'm doing it. So like that, and then I'm just going to do that. Done. So that is done. Now we can glue this down. So I'm going to put glue on this piece here and this piece here. Okay, so I have it folded the way it's supposed to go. and I'm going to add it to the bottom of the card. Like so. Okay? Look how good that looks. Alright, we're going to keep this folded so we can add this piece here. Goes like that. And then this piece goes like that. Looks good. So let's glue this piece down. I'm just going to put glue across there. Did I mess it up again? Gotta make sure it's correct. Sounds good. Whatever. Whatever's. Okay. And then glue this down. Okay. Do I need to put, I think I do. Let's glue this down first. Like so. And then this down. Okay, it's so good, you guys. Look how good that looks so far. I'm glad that that is what I went with. There's a little something there I might have to color in with some craft. It looks like I missed a little bit of spot. And then we take this, or I could just do it like that, and then you would never know. And then the chair can go here, right? Like so. Yeah, how about we do it like that? You would never know. Okay, and I gotta trim that off like so, and then we'll put it like this. Great. Okay. So now when it's open, it looks like this so far. Look how good that looks. It looks so good. So I'm going to put this one here. So we got to glue this all the way down. I can glue the other palm tree all the way down also, so I'll do that then. I forgot I only glued that one little piece. But this can be glued like that. Let's do it there, and let me clean up that glue. Okay. And then this piece goes here, and this piece goes there. So let's glue this down. I'm just going to put a bunch of glue down. So like this, and then like that. So it looks like that. Look at it. And then we need, where's the other palm tree? The other palm tree is going to just sneak in like that. So let's glue that down. Is this perfect? No. I would have done it a little bit different. now that I redid it, now that I did it, but it still looks super good in my opinion. Oh, I gotta trim these. There we go. And then let's get this glued like so. Is there somebody down here? I'm telling you, I'm always hearing things. Okay, and then we'll put this guy here. Okay, and then we have this one here that we'll put like that. I feel like I should continue this here. Like the other thing doesn't matter, but if you're standing it up, honestly, if you're standing it up, you don't see it. And I don't want to risk ruining it. Look how good it looks. You guys, I think that looks so good. Let me know down below. What do you think? And you're thinking, where do you write on it? On the back, okay? On the back. On the back. Look how good that looks. I am so happy with it. However, like I'm kind of debating on, I should at least put some like highlights or something, right? To make it not look so one-dimensional. So we'll do this. And then maybe I mean, it makes the subtlest of differences, but it makes a difference. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this card. This card is so freaking cute. Look at it. Standing up. Look how good it looks standing up. Look at it. It's so good. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you guys in the next crafty video. Have a great rest of your day.